Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad and Supercoach Pro. Today's video we are doing the round 15 Supercoach AFL review. So my side didn't fare too well this week, as you can see there, guys. Scored 2,399. I actually lost some rankings, which is not really surprising. A lot of big scores out there around that 2-6 mark. So I was 313 spots. I actually thought it would have been a little bit more than that. I'm only guessing I maybe had a little bit of a head start through the buys and gained some rank and gained some points throughout the buys. So maybe that's why I haven't dropped off the cliff yet. Sort of banking on people to be down to 1 or 2 trades now with the news that Stewart's probably going to cop a 3 to 4 week suspension after that hit on Prestia, which is I'm not even going to talk about, to be honest. But yeah, look, 4 trades down. I feel like I'm better positioned than most. I've got some good cover once these players return that we're going to speak about. Look, I'll be honest, I didn't get to see a lot of game time because it was my birthday weekend on Saturday night, so I missed most of Saturday in general. And yeah, tomorrow's my birthday, so the big 3-1 tomorrow. We're not really looking forward to it because like after 28, birthdays don't feel great, to be fair. But anyway, there we go. Look, I barely even had a look at my Supercoach team, to be honest. We'll go through it though. Obviously, the backline's a little bit disappointing, whereas teams had sold enough. Maybe some pod selections down back would have been all right, like your Houston type players. And this is where it starts a little bit hurt. Like if you have a bad week like me, it's probably because you got a lot of common players. So we're talking about Sis, Shorts, you go in further on, the Heaney and Parkers, and that's what sort of lets you down is people that have pod picks now will really shoot up if their pods keep doing well. Anyway, Sis 87. Can't really comment because I didn't see this game. 134 for Dawson. That's the last couple of weeks now. He's actually looking more and more like a VC option. What's that? So he's 140 and 134, albeit Gold Coast and North Melbourne. But yeah, look, he's done really well since entering my side. Look, his scores are getting so much better. I think I bought him in around here somewhere. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I had Dawson. I flicked him off for Luke Ryan, and it's finally actually starting to pay off now. I think Ryan got about a 50. So that's much better from Dawson. He's probably a sideways trade to Stewart if you don't have Dawson, I guess. Just plays everywhere, wing, back, takes a lot of kickouts with Brodie Smith there. So, yeah, just been a great pick so far. Doherty, 91. I'm not too fussed about this pick. I think he's pretty solid in the long run, and same with Hugh at 104. Yeah, it does suck having too many players from the one side when they do have a sort of a down game between them all. Like a 91, 104, and 95 isn't very impressive. So it is sort of sometimes better to spread out players from different teams in case you do get a bit of, nothing, I suppose. And crisp 80 hurts really in the back line, considering Jakey Lloyd, who's been a horrible pick this year, went 148. So there's you sort of, you take some and then you lose some in the sense of you've got a better side than most, but then when these stupid picks that like you really score 100 and Crisp scores 80, that's where you sort of fall behind, once a month in the rounds is how you look at it really. And 84 to Short. Look, if you got 6 more trades, I'd trade him up now. Like he's just producing really bad scores for a primo, I suppose. You're probably losing a little bit of points. So that 380s in his last 4 games, so it's not looking great for Short. Even maybe a sneaky sideways to Whitfield with the role changes you got with the new coach. You could do something like that if you wanted to play for points, gain yourself 20 points over the next 8 rounds, which accumulates to 160 points if they go at 80 and 100 respectively. Ware's looking good. I'd like to do a couple of things with Ware if he makes enough money and a fallen primo comes down. I do have a really sneaky plan for this guy. In the next month or so, he'll be at a primo price, well, a fallen primo price. I won't reveal who yet, but there might be a sneaky D7 awaiting me that I can potentially put on field once he's come down to low enough and I can use one trade from Weir to someone. Anyway, if you know who that is, please let me know who you think I'm thinking of. Yeah, and this guy is solid enough. He's on the bubble now, so he was just a rookie pick for the the buys. So, yeah, it's not bad. He's good downgrade, 102. I mean, rookies now, you will just want to be downgrading to the cheapest rookies that are playing, not non-playing rookies, because that will hurt you by round 22 when you get some, outs and you've got no trades left. So, I actually stuck to my VC and C going into the round, I'm pretty sure, this week too, which is a first for a while. And I also didn't make stupid trades this week. So Oliver 140, he played really well. I wasn't expecting him to go nuts, to be honest, against Brizzy. I wasn't confident to VC anyone in that game, not even Neil. So once he'd gone 140, we'll talk about why I didn't take McRae's VC in a second. So I had 156. I was hoping against North he produced about a 150. A lot of people did have the VC on Clary, so I wanted to risk it. I know it's only a little bit extra points there, but I thought surely he just racks it up because I watched him the week before. I forgot he was playing, and he had so much of the pill. I thought North he's going to go large at least. And look, I did buy myself an extra 50 points or whatever it may be. Neil 111, yeah, it's whatever. I think 50% of competition probably have this bloke now. Okay, wow. He's in 70% of the sides. That's insane. What's Laird in? 13. And Mills, my pod, did horrendous. 86 on debut. Like, stuff you, Mills. Like, you've been pushing a 167, 102, 117, 113, 138. And, of course, I should have known his history is actually really bad against St Kilda. Sometimes history does matter. But I thought, new season, new Mills. Here we go. And, yeah, it just doesn't like St Kilda. So, not a fun time owning a bloke that's a pod and, yeah, lets you down like that. So, look, he's only in 18% of sides. Hopefully their fixture's juicy. Like, he's got Essendon next week. This week coming, and then he's got North Melbourne still in there and Giants. So, yeah, hopefully he turns around for me and starts averaging some crazy numbers because I'd love to VC Mills every week and C into Laird. Basically, is some pod VCC options going around instead of doing the usual that everyone else has from here on out. And I'll just be looking for VCs that have really high ceilings. I don't really care about these mediocre things like McRae. And that annoys me, McRae. He's that kind of guy that half-time he'll be on like 80 and 90 and you're like, yeah, keep going. And then he just stops. I can't remember what he's on at half-time of this game, but just, yeah, whatever, McRae. Like, you're just doing your season average now. I don't think I've really got McRae right this year. Just can never tell when he's going to go big. And Took Miller, he's been really disappointing. I know he's sitting at 600k and averaging 115, but you think disappointing. I didn't own him last year, and he was banging out 130s, 140s like it was going out of fashion. So I'm actually annoyed at this pick. He's, I got him right a couple of times, picking him as captain, and he's got a juicy fixture coming up. Collingwood don't tag, nor the Richmond or Essendon really. So hopefully he comes good. He looks like a sneaky VC option over the next couple of weeks. And saying that, Collingwood are playing really good footy, and it's because they've got an ex-Richmond coach in McRae just playing. Cripps is quite annoying too, and so is Green. So it's probably the equivalent to people running a Petrarca and Oliver here. I don't know who else is a weak M8, but there isn't too many great M7, M8s that a lot of people are running this year. I haven't really seen a stacked team where they've got top echelon and you're running a Brayshaw at M8. And if you do, you're normally running some really bad primos somewhere else, I guess. Cameron and Darcy, 117 apiece. Pretty happy with that. Cameron looks great, just marks every damn ball. And he had one of his marking days. Like, it finally didn't get chopped out of his hands as some weeks, like, you're just thinking, where's the free kick for him? Even though I don't like Collingwood. And Darcy, I'm expecting 50 next week, to be honest, now that he's scored a 117. I have no bench playing in my midfield, ruck, or forward line, so I'm really running dry here. And Cogs, stuff for everybody that got rid of Cogs. Sorry, Shorty. I think Shorty might have got rid of Cogs a while ago. I don't know if he brought him back. But, man, this guy's been a fire pick since everyone let him go. I sure as heck wasn't going to do it just based on his past history and his seasons. So if you got rid of him after 37, he's gone 140, 85, 174, 113, 109. So he's got a 3-round average of where are we? 132 and a 5 of 124. So yeah, I like Cogs, and I wasn't expecting him or Brody to really be keepers, but it looks like they are. And I know a lot of people in that round 14 bye would have actually flicked across Brody because Fife's return, and pretty silly if you did. He's owned 55% of sides anyway, so if you die, most competition dies with you. So he's not a pod anymore, and he's been banging out really, really good scores, and this was just based on his efficiency by foot. So I wasn't too concerned when he played the Hawks at all. So yeah, they're what's holding my trades together. I didn't swap them out and bring them back in. Like I know a lot of people did the same thing with Heaney, which is quite silly. But look, we all make mistakes somewhere. I mean, I brought in Braden Bruce, so who am I to talk right now, to be honest? The forward line after Dunkley just goes just to poop. So Parker 75. I don't know what happened in the Sydney game because the Sydney players really killed my score from getting a 2-6. I mean, 75, 59 to Heaney. We haven't really had too many bad scores out of Heaney. You look at it, I never understood why people traded him out. Like, I don't mind getting a 50 every now and then, but twice in a month isn't amazing. He's really hot and cold. He plays Essendon, so surely he kicks a bag. Or not even a bag, maybe even 4. And then he's got Dogs, Frere, Adelaide, which isn't too bad. I mean, Frere are on fire though, so hopefully he goes nuts in these finals when you're playing head-to-head matchups. I lost all my rivalry leagues, which sucks. It was like against DR, Spills, all the big dogs, and I'm like, that actually kills me more than my score when I lose against the rivalries, just to see what all the other YouTubers are doing. So that sucks, and it also means I get to see their score before they bring out their team review. Very smart, Brad. Very smart. Anyway, talking in third person, I'm stupid. First person, whatever. Hawkins 43. Tarrant had him. Apparently wore him like a glove. I didn't actually see the Tigers game, ironically, because my friends were over and we're having a bit of a house party for my birthday. So, yeah, I was pretty annoyed when I found out we lost by 3 points and Stewart knocked out Prestia because he's a dog. So, that sucks. Anyway, players do make mistakes and he's not actually a dog. Like, he's actually a pretty genuine player. And, yeah, we move on from that anyway. I said I wouldn't mention it, but got caught up in it, didn't I? So, yeah, you're probably thinking, why did I get rid of Greg Clark and Proust and hold Butterson to goalie? So, MCL strains normally, I think strain 2 is 2 to 4 weeks, I read. Some even say 6 weeks, but I'm hoping Butters returns. I know he's going to probably bang out 60s for the first month of his return. But I'm hoping he just becomes a good finals player or even just a loop. Because in that first quarter, he had 60 points in a quarter. Surely this is just a nice luxury sort of whatever. And same with Goey. I'm hearing that he's actually going to come back from personal leave. I don't even know why he needed to actually have personal leave. As in, I know they were doing it because of the incidents, and I don't really want to get caught up with it. But anyway, I'm going to do what DR does and goes for a, as he likes to call it, a no dickhead policy, meaning no Toby Green, no Stephen May, just idiots like DeGoey and stuff like that, Bailey Sniff. I'm probably going to get roasted in the comment sections for having a dig, but, it is what it is. Like, these players get paid so much coin. I'm not saying they can't live their life, but, man, how hard is it to stay out of the limelight during footy season? That's all I want to say. And choose your friends better, honestly. It is hard in your 20s, though, to be fair to these boys. Okay, that's not Supercoach relevant anyway. So, look, there's a few things I could do with these guys, but there's no point, to be honest. I'm just going to hope they come back and loophole their scores. That is all they're going to be. It is a bit of a waste having guys that are like $500,000 on your bench, but there's nothing I can do this to. Like, I've been thinking of ways how I can use maybe someone like a Butters pick to become something really, really nice. And I can grab your track and think he's going to turn it around. I could grab a Jared Irons after he got injured here because he's a decent scorer. But in all honesty, if I'm weeping whole a midfielder, I might gain 10 points a week if I'm lucky. And what happens if I bank a 120 from Lions and then Green goes 150? So it's not probably the right way to play it. I'd rather use maybe the money up forward. If I was to, I don't know, who could I grab? 3-round average of what I can afford. I'm definitely not touching Fort, Rosie, or any of them really. They don't just the money I have isn't appealing to waste a trade, is what I'm trying to say. If you're in a similar position where you got, you know, a luxury player that's not playing that's actually on your bench, there's no point really doing anything with them. So I'm kind of stuck in a really crap position. There is only one player if I did it to, and that'd be actually Whitfield, just to get rid of Short off my bench. To get rid of Short off the field. So if we go 3-round average of players you can afford, use that filter because it's so much easier than scrolling down and trying to have a gaze. This is what you could do. It'll leave me 3 trades to 8 rounds to go, and I don't want to be in that position. This is the only thing I'd do maybe in the last month of footy when I really want to risk it. And it means I could sort of, you know, it actually looks alright. I don't want to convince myself into this because knowing my luck, 3 of my pod players will get knocked out this week, like something stupid like Mills. Who else is a pod? Darcy or something stupid. So I don't really want to run out of trades when I'm holding injury-prone players too. I mean, that side scares me a little bit. Like, I don't really trust Cribb's body for the rest of the season. I'm not confident in Sean Darcy at any given week. And Mills has always been carrying that ankle problem for the last year and a bit now. My forward line, the pod forward line, hasn't quite worked out, bringing Hawkins in. But their easy draw does come up, and I'm hoping he's what separates me from the rest. So I'm relying on a player I actually hate, which isn't fun in Supercoach, but sometimes you just got to just do it to win, you know. So, a bit of a rant to this video. Also a little bit of a late one too, considering it is Monday evening. But, man, I've just been working and boxing and Muay Thai and gym. And to just smash out a video is so much more time consuming than you viewers probably think. Anyway, team into round, I'd probably just go in. I think there's probably a Thursday night game. Is there? Yeah. So I might just do a team preview Thursday or Friday. I've been, honestly, if you've been watching me for a while now, I normally do them on a Friday, like 5, 6 p.m. because the teams change and it's just whatever. But if we're going into it, to be honest, Clary would be my VC. He's double tonned against Adelaide multiple times now. And he's just like 204 and 205, 93 last year. Don't know what that's about. I might have a study on why he only got the 93. But I also really like Laird, so that really sucks for me. If you don't have Laird, you may as well just put the VC on Oliver. I've got 1,000 wee poles here I can use. So Teakle's probably the man for it because he's done his collarbone, so he ain't coming back anytime soon. And who plays West Coast? We do. I'm having a quick one because I haven't even really had time to have a look. What has Neil done against the Doggies? Let's have a quick look. Neil, the VC, how are you looking for the Dogs? This all changed about 2 weeks ago, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys know, but they changed the stupid 3-round averages of stuff. So I don't love that for Neil because Bulldogs midfield is probably one of the best midfields in the competition, each to their own opinion. Mills, oh man, Mills, it's got to be Mills, right? What did Mills do? I'm thinking VC Mills into Clary, 167. and that was only like 2 months ago, not even. All right, so VC, Mills, C into Clary, and I think we should be alright. You know, I think the team looks alright. I mean, what has Hawkins got? Hawkins has got North, so surely this is the game where he gives me a 150 for doing a stupid 43 and beaten up by Tarrant. Anyway, hopefully DeGoey and Butters come back. I'll have to undo these changes before Thursday. No, I'm like I'll forget about it. And yeah, hopefully DeGoey and Butters come back. Look, Carroll had 18 touches if you're still watching in the VFL, so he's not going to get a call up anytime soon. So he'll be a loophole option. Owens, he didn't play VFL from what I could see, so maybe he's still concussed. Not sure he gets back into the team now that Steele's back. So he's probably a what do you call it, loophole. And Hamilton, I couldn't see any stats about GWS playing on the weekend, so maybe they had a bye too. So plenty of loophole options. I mean, this is the handy thing for the Goey and Butters going forward. I can loop them both in different lines. So, look, that's the end of the video. A bit of a ramble, a bit of a rant. Probably said things I shouldn't about different players, but that's cool. It is what it is. Yeah, look, hopefully your team is projected to go 2-7, but don't ever believe in these numbers. It's like the lotto. Like, it's never going to happen that you get the exact score. Give or take. Someone goes down and you're like, oh, man, there goes that primo. Anyway, any trade plans, chuck them in the comments. Let me know what your ranking is, what you scored. I'd love to know all that. I do reply to every comment that goes through, so I won't ignore you. And I'll catch you on the round preview later on in the week, probably Thursday, Friday. So there we go. Peace, guys.